step to the microphone and ask that the court be closed. By that point, I'll probably be standing up here.
Good morning, everyone. Please take your seats. The program is about to begin.
when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to effect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
I would invite everyone to stand for the presentation of the colors. It is my great privilege to be able to welcome you to Monticello. Please be seated. This is the most important part of my talk, is to get everyone back in their seats on this day. Thank you for coming. We are a sold-out crowd for the first time in years, certainly since the pandemic, and it's great to be back. We hold many events here at Monticello on this mountaintop, but none as important as what we do every 4th of July. Today, we're welcoming over 70 new citizens to the United States of America. If it's your first time here on what Thomas Jefferson called the mountaintop, we hope you visit us again and again. This is one of 25 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the United States. And rightfully so, there are only a handful of places on Earth where you can feel this power of place. Unlike most heritage sites, this is not a national park or a state park. This is run by a private foundation. And our mission is to use the magic of this place to help us all both learn from the mistakes of the past and be inspired by the ideals that changed the world, so well encapsulated in the Declaration of Independence. There are many events surrounding the revolution that could be qualified to mark the birth of our nation. Lexington and Concord, Bunker Hill, the surrender at Yorktown, the ratification of the Articles of Confederation, or the Constitution. But we as a people have chosen the signing of the Declaration, written by the man who lived here. We hope you consider supporting us via donation and, more importantly, visiting us many more times as we prepare a series of events that will culminate 2 years from today in the 250th anniversary of the founding of this country. In these times of divisiveness throughout our country and the world, it is sometimes easy to lose hope. But I would note that we have been here before. Arguably, we are always here. And we can use the words of Thomas Jefferson as an inspiration on how to persevere, to ensure that the world remains open to debate, open to civic discourse, and most importantly, open to tolerance of our fellow human beings. As Thomas Jefferson wrote to John Adams in 1821, "I will not believe our labors are lost. I shall not die without a hope that light and liberty are on steady advance. And even should the cloud of barbarism and despotism again obscure the science and liberties of Europe, this country remains to preserve and restore light and liberty to them." In short, the flames kindled on the 4th of July, 1776, have spread over too much of the globe to be extinguished by the feeble engines of despotism. On the contrary, they will consume those engines and all who work them. Thomas Jefferson. I hope everyone leaves here today inspired to recommit ourselves to the work that he laid out. Before we start the proceedings, I want to leave you with a quick story. Like many of you here today, it is about a young couple fleeing a country that was destroyed by bombs and by war. A young wife whose family had lost everything and whose mother had to barter the family jewels she had managed to hide in her dress just to feed her children. A couple that arrived in the United States with $200 to their name. That decision to leave their family and loved ones gave them opportunities they could never have dreamed of. And not only them, it gave it to their children and their children's children. I congratulate you all for the deeply difficult decisions you have surely made. And I hope the opportunity this land has to offer will rain down on you for generations. That couple was my mother and my father. Their decision gave my brother Floyd and me the opportunities to be all that we could. My dear mother, Gisela, has passed, but I'd invite you to acknowledge my father, who long ago took this same oath that you are taking today, and who is here with us today, just shy of his 91st birthday. Vater, wir bedanken uns und wir haben dich lieb. With that, I'd like to hand it over to the president of the foundation, Dr. Jane Kamensky.
Good morning, everyone. It's the honor of a lifetime to be here with you all on the west portico of the home of the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, whose immortal first paragraphs Justice John Charles Thomas just read for us so movingly. In the year 1776, when Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration, neither he nor anyone else knew it would become a North Star of government of, by, and for the people, not only in the United States, but around the globe. Its authorship was just a committee assignment, and not an especially welcome one, for a young, red-haired delegate to Congress from Virginia, a man who had distinguished himself through earlier writings on Britain's American colonies and their rights. By the end of Jefferson's life, 50 years later, 198 years ago today, he had come to recognize that the Declaration was an achievement for the ages. Jefferson famously refused the celebration of his own birthday in favor of that of our nation. Writing the Declaration, a touchstone of what he called the glory of establishing a republic, was one of 3 accomplishments Jefferson listed on his tombstone. How much superior is the glory of establishing a republic to that of wearing a crown, he told a kinsman. By the time Jefferson died, the United States had begun inching slowly toward the greater fulfillment of the promise that all humanity were created equal. Agitation for full citizenship of Americans of all colors, conditions, and even of both sexes had begun, starting in the nation's churches, with considerable leadership from Black women in the South. Like many American leaders since, Jefferson also believed that immigration made our country stronger, fairer, richer, and truer to its ideals. I'll quote him, "Shall we refuse to the unhappy fugitives from distress that hospitality extended to our fathers arriving in this land? Shall oppressed humanity find no asylum on this globe?" he asked in his first annual message to Congress, a forerunner of our State of the Union addresses. The ability to leave one's country and join another was, Jefferson wrote in 1817, a natural right, like that of our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He described the United States as a refuge or a Canaan, where those who faced oppression at home might be, quote, received as brothers and secured against like oppressions by participation in the right of self-government. We honor that Jeffersonian vision today as we welcome 74 new United States citizens who journeyed here from 36 countries, from Afghanistan to Zambia, across 6 continents, every one except Antarctica. Misty Copeland is not an immigrant, but her great American biography weaves together many strands of what Justice John Charles Thomas recently called the American tapestry. One of her grandmothers was Italian, the other German. Both grandfathers were African American. Her stepfather was of mixed ancestry. Her friends, during a knockabout youth in Southern California, were Mexican Americans, Chinese Americans, European Americans. Her husband has African and American Jewish roots. At the ballet bar, Copeland joined an international community of dance with fellow students, she writes, from Russia, Japan, and Spain, as well as from cities and small towns across the states. Yet, in the world of ballet, Copeland found too few Black role models. Black dancers had been told for generations that they just didn't look like firebirds, let alone swans. Her great and gifted mentor, the pioneering Black dancer Raven Williams, was hounded from segregated accommodations in the American South in the 1950s and 1960s. We who have been here for 400 years, we who have built the country, fought for it, and died for it, are continually asked to prove our worthiness for citizenship, Copeland writes in her stirring memoir, The Wind at My Back. Misty Copeland is the first Black woman to grace this podium on this day. She will not be the last. In all of her work, she helps us to look forward to a moment where there will be no more firsts, only nexts in this great nation that her people from all over the globe, worked to build. I know that I'll never be perfect at the ballet technique, ever, Copeland writes. That's why I love it so much. This is a perfect metaphor for American democracy. Misty Copeland has worked at the bar and far, far beyond to become and to help us all become more perfect. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome her to the stage this morning. Give it up.
Wow, thank you so much. Good morning. You all look amazing. I hope you're staying cool out there. Today, we gather to celebrate a momentous occasion in your lives. This space is filled with hope, determination, and the promise of new beginnings. It is an honor to stand before you as you take this important step toward becoming citizens of the United States of America. As I stand here at Monticello, the historic home of Thomas Jefferson, I am deeply humbled by the significance of this moment. Jefferson, a founding father, authored the Declaration of Independence, a document that enshrines the principles of freedom and equality. These ideals have guided our nation for centuries, shaping the society we live in today. Monticello is not just a historical landmark, but a symbol of the American journey, a journey towards liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness for all. Today, as we welcome new citizens, we continue to strive for Jefferson's vision of a nation where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This place, with its rich history and profound legacy, reminds us of the enduring promise of America. It is particularly meaningful for me as an African American and the first African American principal ballerina at the American Ballet Theater, America's national ballet company, to stand here as a testament to the progress we have made and the work that still lies ahead. My journey to the stage has been marked by perseverance and passion, much like your journeys to this ceremony. My story, like yours, is a testament to the possibilities that arise when hard work meets opportunity. I stand on the shoulders of those who came before me, who fought tirelessly for equality and broke barriers so that future generations could dream bigger and reach higher. Monticello, too, stands as a reminder of the complex history of our nation, one that includes both great achievements and profound struggles. In my life and career, I have often drawn strength from the stories of those who overcame incredible odds. As a young girl, I faced numerous challenges, but I never lost sight of my dream. It was the unwavering belief in my potential, supported by mentors and community that believed in me, that allowed me to succeed. Similarly, your journeys to citizenship are stories of resilience, determination, and hope. Each of you has faced your own unique challenges and made sacrifices to be here today. Our country is a beautiful tapestry woven from the threads of diverse backgrounds, cultures, and stories. Each of you brings a unique thread, adding richness and vibrancy to the American story. Your decision to become citizens signifies your commitment to this shared journey, to contributing your talents, your values, and your dreams to the collective future we are building together. In this space, we transcend political lines and unite in the shared values that define us as Americans: liberty, equality, and the pursuit of happiness. These values are not bound by party or ideology, but are the foundation upon which our nation stands. Your presence here today is a testament to the enduring spirit of these ideals. You are joining a nation that thrives on the contributions of its people. From the arts to sciences, from entrepreneurship to public service, it is your innovation, your creativity, and your dedication that will shape the future of America. Your journey, your sacrifices, and your hard work enrich the fabric of our society. I encourage you to embrace the opportunities and responsibilities that come with your new citizenship. Engage in your communities. Exercise your right to vote. And lend your voice to the conversations that shape our democracy. Celebrate your heritage while embracing the shared identity of being an American. In this balance, you will find strength and purpose. Today, as you take the oath of citizenship, remember that you are not just pledging allegiance to a flag or a nation, but to a set of ideals that unite us all. You are becoming part of a legacy of individuals who have sought freedom, opportunity, and a better life. You are the embodiment of the American dream. In closing, I want to leave you with a message of hope and inspiration. Just as a dancer transforms dedication and passion into art, so too can you transform your dreams into reality. Your journey does not end here. It begins anew. And with every step, you contribute to the rhythm and harmony of this incredible nation. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Welcome to the American family. Together, we will continue to build a brighter, more inclusive, and more prosperous future. Thank you.
Thank you, Misty, for so warmly welcoming our newest citizens and inspiring their participation in the American experiment in the years ahead. We now begin the business of the day of turning immigrants into citizens. And with that, I want to welcome the court party to join me on the portico. For 62 years, Monticello has been able to host this ceremony because of the generosity of the Chief Judge of the Western District of Virginia and their associates who traveled to be with us on this holiday, much as judges rode their circuits to hold court back in Jefferson's day. This year, our Western District jurists are joined by their colleagues from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit. Let us extend a warm welcome to the Honorable Albert Diaz, Chief Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit, and to the Honorable Elizabeth K. Dillon, Chief Judge, as of today, of the United States District Court for the Western District of Virginia. They will preside over the ceremony. Judge Diaz and Judge Dillon are joined by the Honorable Christopher Kavanaugh, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Virginia, the Honorable C. Kaylani Memmer, the Honorable Joel C. Hoppe, and U.S. Supervisory Deputy Marshal Frank Shermer, who will now open the court. Thank you.
All rise. Presiding are the Honorable Albert Diaz, Chief Judge of the United States Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit, and the Honorable Elizabeth K. Dillon, Chief Judge of the United States District Court for the Western District of Virginia, presiding judge for United States District Court. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The United States District Court for the Western District of Virginia is now in session and open for the transaction of business. God save these United States and this honorable court. Please be seated and come to order.
Good morning, everyone. As the new Chief Judge of the United States District Court for the Western District of Virginia, this being my first day, and what a day it is my distinct honor and privilege to co-preside over this naturalization ceremony with the relatively new Chief Judge of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, the Honorable Albert Diaz, who will later offer remarks from the court and preside over the comments from our new citizens. Welcome on behalf of all of our judges, some of whom join me today, to all of our applicants for citizenship, to our distinguished hosts and guests, and to all who join us here today to celebrate Independence Day with a naturalization ceremony at beautiful Monticello. At this time, I call on Mr. Christopher Kavanaugh, United States Attorney for the Western District of Virginia, for a motion. Mr. Kavanaugh.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to invite the petitioners to stand for the motion of naturalization and for the oath of citizenship. May it please the court, on this July 4th of 2024, on behalf of Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security, and Ur M. Jadou, Director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, I am pleased to present to the court 74 applicants for naturalization as citizens of these United States. Your Honor, each of these applicants has been found eligible and qualified to become a citizen pursuant to the laws of the United States of America. I am therefore pleased and privileged to move this honorable court to administer the oath of allegiance and renunciation and deliver to them their certificate of naturalization.
It is my honor and privilege, Mr. Kavanaugh, to grant your motion. And if the applicants, the petitioners, would remain standing as you're able, and please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. Congratulations and welcome to our new United States citizens. We are so very proud of you. At this time, I would ask everyone to remain standing and place your hands over your hearts for the Pledge of Allegiance. And I welcome Zoe and Quinn Kavanaugh, daughters of Christopher Kavanaugh, our U.S. Attorney, and our soon-to-be new Western District Court Judge, Jasmine Yoon. And they will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Girls?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, girls. And you may be seated. Mr. Kavanaugh will now recognize our new citizens, I'll call on him for the presentation of new citizens.
Thank you, Your Honor. I now have the honor of calling each petitioner's name, and as your name is called, we ask you to please stand. Amelia Yago. Julia Pauline Keel. Hui Kak Bui. Dina Nayantor Nayarakundo Zekiel. Jessica Taeyang Kim. Viri Digant Tripathi. Roberto Chacon. Neil Critchley. Marietta Blagavastova Pelivanova. Itzel Guadalupe Nunez Garcia. Sonia Oliva Anchia Rojas. Nathan Alexander Gillespie. Natalia Reynolds. Riri Nuriani Folston. Mariana Cordero Munoz. Shivas Dost. Yu Lan Wu. Lydia Fabiola Bernal. Claudia Andrea Alvarez. Sharon Chingyan Tam Andres. Nira Judith Ibarra Lopez. Van Thuy Nguyen. Frahila Gonzalez. Elias Solis de Jesus. Maria Reynalda Malta de Alguin. Xinting Zhao. Akiko Mori Hoffler. Hannah Yuhan Chen. Bilal Mohammed Koraz. Viranga Subhashini. Maria Rona Estacio Limbo. Amneris Daniela Escobar. Luis Fernando Sanchez Meza. Simon Jonathan Stapleton. James Mata. Sophia Henrietta Redfield. Jeffrey Wilfredo Rivas Cruz. Katul Masudi. Shabnan Yousefi. Jenilyn Gayatao Vega. Maria Louise Keys. Wajma Popal. Julien Di Mastro Mateo. Palwasha Luthe. Victor Emmanuel Tinoco Montoya. Samir Haidari. Salsabil Hassan Ahmed Karim. Christian Bernard Banguel. Beatrice Alejandra Gonzalez Thompson. Shanaz Nawabi. Jessica Marjorie Thanos. Melissa Isela Galvez. Janawea Mamjoy Zarwea. Endora Violeta Mate. Mike Armash. Leonid Volodin. Dalal Khalid Daragma. Yvette Agnelli Rodriguez Arizmendi. Neil Brian Kingsford Reeve. Hesham Nubi. Sadia Lemuna Aminu. Jane Patria Myers. Aline Mireri Nunish Peters. Ingborg Luisa Adriana Montalvo. Iman Kondo. Rashid Afghan. Abraham Ivan Robinson. Jamilia Yazdanovna Idrisova. Scott Henry Kim. Nicholas James Little. Victoria Chipampe Atwell. Polina Alexandrovna Landgraf. Kang Nui Pu. And Edmundo Augusto Ota. And now, I'd like to invite all of you to stand and place your hand over your hearts for the singing of our national anthem by the Charlottesville Orchestra.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you for that beautiful celebration of our country. It is my pleasure today, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce you to the Honorable Albert Diaz, Chief Judge of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, who will offer the court's remarks today. He has served as Chief Judge since July 9 of 2023 and is the first Hispanic judge to serve in that position. Chief Judge Diaz is a New Yorker and a graduate for undergrad of the University of Pennsylvania. He received his law degree from the New York University School of Law, and then, because he likes to be busy, he then went on for his master's in business administration at Boston University. Chief Judge Diaz has devoted himself to public service. Following graduation from high school and throughout his education and beyond, Chief Judge Diaz served in the Marines. In active duty, he served as a prosecutor, defense counsel, and appellate government counsel until 1995. He then served in the Marine Reserves as a trial judge and appellate military judge until he retired in 2006 at the rank of lieutenant colonel from military service. From 2001 to 2009, he served as a North Carolina Superior Court judge and as only the second judge on the North Carolina Business Court. And he was confirmed as a Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals judge in December 2010. Please welcome Chief Judge Diaz along with me and thank him for his service to our country.
Good morning, everybody. It's really a pleasure for me to be here this morning. Chief Judge Dillon, the members of the court, thank you so much for that very generous introduction. Misty Copeland, thank you so much for being here today and for your inspiring remarks on this momentous occasion. To our new fellow citizens, I know that the road to this ceremony has been long and arduous, but you made it. Congratulations. I first presided over a naturalization ceremony in November of 2020. Back then, about 50 of your soon-to-be fellow citizens took the oath of citizenship in a very different circumstance. We were indoors, masked, and only the applicants, no families, could be present. What a difference 4 years makes. That ceremony also took place a little more than a week after almost 150 million of your fellow citizens voted in the presidential election, an astounding turnout of almost 67% amid a global pandemic. Following that election, Senator Kamala Harris took the oath of office as this nation's first female vice president. and of special significance for today. She is the child of immigrants, the daughter of a Jamaican father and an Indian mother. 74 of you have just taken the oath. You are a diverse group, hailing from Afghanistan, Angola, Australia, Brazil, Bulgaria, Burma, China, Colombia, Congo, Costa Rica, Egypt, El Salvador, France, Ghana, India, Indonesia, Iraq, Ivory Coast, Japan, Jordan, Mexico, the Netherlands, Nicaragua, Peru, the Philippines, Romania, Russia, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Togo, the Ukraine, United Kingdom, Venezuela, Vietnam, and last but not least, Zambia. And so it has been since our nation's founding 240 years ago. Today, we've gathered at the home of a man who was so very vital to that founding. The words that Justice John Charles Thomas so eloquently recited this morning were written by a man of extraordinary intellect and vision. The keeper of Thomas Jefferson's legacy described him thus: lawyer, father, scientist, writer, revolutionary, governor, vice president, president, architect, and yes, slave owner. Jefferson had strong views about a great many things, including the right of people to emigrate. As he put it, why would any man feel any obligation to die by disease or famine in one country rather than go to another where he can live? Every person, said Jefferson, has just as much right to live on the outside of an artificial geographical line as he has to live within it. And this right, Jefferson emphasized, is one that nature has given to all men, of departing from the country in which chance, not choice, has placed them. But Jefferson was also all too human and a product of his time. And so his vision of freedom for the oppressed and downtrodden didn't extend to many who have taken the oath today, nor did he fully confront the glaring and brutal contradiction between his pro-immigration views and the forced migration of hundreds of thousands of Black Africans, which he helped enable, even as he publicly opposed slavery. Yet, 248 years later, we truly are a nation of immigrants, although we've often resisted that label. Today, over 45 million people living in the United States were born elsewhere. It's what makes us unique among nations. It's also what enriches our culture, propels our economy, and makes us the envy of the world. And it's what has brought you here today. I want to share with you briefly my family's immigration journey. It's very different from yours, for I was born an American citizen. But I am, in at least a very small way and sense, the child of immigrants, because my parents left their native Puerto Rico in the 1950s for a better life on the U.S. mainland. And even though they had always been American citizens, leaving behind their beloved island with its native tongue, its culture, and customs was no less difficult. I'm the first in my family to graduate high school and then go on to college and beyond. And the woman I met at that college and eventually married, and who's here today with me today, along with our two beautiful daughters and their families, was born in Guayaquil, Ecuador, having arrived in the United States with her parents and her 3 siblings when she was 3 years old. Her parents, too, had little formal education, yet all 4 of their children graduated college, with 3 of them attending Ivy League schools. In one generation then, 2 families went from a history of little schooling to children graduating from the nation's best universities, and one standing before you today as United States Circuit Judge. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the promise of America. And now you begin your own American journey. My hope is that the joy and pride that you feel today will spur you, as Ms. Copeland implored, to fully engage in our civic life. I turn back to our host, Thomas Jefferson, who knew full well that a well-informed citizenry is the best defense against tyranny. I mentioned earlier the presidential election of November 2020. Before and since then, much has happened in this country, not all of it good. I'm not here to talk politics. I don't want to ruin such a beautiful day. But this nation faces insurmountable challenges, or formidable, not insurmountable, but formidable challenges. If you keep up with the news, you know that to be true. But there is much that remains good about America, and today we count you as Americans. The oath that you've taken is a solemn one, and with it comes great responsibilities. Among them, as Ms. Copeland again mentioned, is the obligation to vote. In a few months, Americans will again go to the polls to select their leaders, including the next President of the United States. I urge you, and indeed everybody in this audience, to vote in that election and every other. But more than that, I implore you to get involved in the life and social fabric of your communities. Democracy is not a spectator sport, so please take the field and let your voices be heard. Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis, I think, said it best when he noted that the only title in our democracy superior to that of president is the title of citizen. Today, that title belongs to you. Congratulations, my fellow citizens. May God bless you, and may God bless these United States. And now I want to begin what I think is the highlight of this ceremony and ask our fellow citizens who are willing to do so to please tell us what you feel about this very significant day and what it means to you. So don't be shy.
Good morning. I wish to speak today to say thank you. Having grown up in sunny southern France under the tyranny of a fate that I couldn't change, my most wanted gift as a little kid was no wooden horse, exotic bird, or porcelain doll. It was freedom. And as long as I can remember, a question would never leave my mind. How is it? How can this be that my entire life, the only one I will ever have, should entirely be determined by the place of my birth and the choices of others? Perpetually deprived of answers which could never come, I would later ask, who am I? And who would I be had I been born under different skies in a different century? What if the very desires I hold as mine are nothing but the reflection within me of the deterministic universe outside me? How then can true freedom even be possible? I did not know it back then, but those apparently benign questions would decide the rest of my life. A life that can find no meaningful purpose but to answer them in the hope that my findings might one day help others climb a higher summit of personal freedom. Walking proudly in sacred footsteps of brave Don Quixote, that is my foolish hope, my impossible quest, my American dream. Of course, the kind of freedom I am referring to is individual, and I shall never, not for 1 second, forget that many millions of men spilled their blood so that anyone in our era might be able to pursue such a path. My thank you will be to them and to all those who have made it possible for me to be alive, free, and among you today. To all soldiers of the past who have had to leave their families, suffer in their flesh, break their bones, lose their lives, or give their lives so that the miracle of national and political freedom might still be ours today. Thank you. To the few but fierce ancient Greek citizens and rulers who have refused the autocratic rule of Persian kings, demonstrating an otherworldly courage in their conviction that they may defeat the largest army in the world. Thank you. You remain a model for all of us, and your names shall never be forgotten. To the men no less fierce who, inspired by such models, declared 248 years ago their independence from the oppression of their own government, hereby creating the United States of America, thank you. Mr. George Washington, Mr. Thomas Jefferson, and other founding fathers, I joyfully take my share of your costly present. To the greatest of all American presidents who, for the sake of freedom itself, with the sheer power of his compassionate heart, made that country one in which all men are indeed born equal, I shall forever be the greatest. Not just the lucky ones, I say thank you. Mr. Abraham Lincoln, I shall forever be the greatest admirer of your pioneering power to see the absolute equality of all races and the place that you hold in history. To the greatest defenders of the free world against the barbarism of hatred and the unheroic armies of Adolf Hitler, thank you. Sir Winston Churchill, General Charles de Gaulle, President Eisenhower, we would not be gathered here today speaking the beautiful tongue of William Shakespeare if it had not been for your resounding opposition to the darkest side of our species and your unbreakable strength of spirit. To those who gave me life, the most essential gift of all, beyond all consideration of race, nationality, religion, or gender, thank you. Father, Mother, looking at a blossoming spring tree, a fierce summer storm, flying autumn leaves or sunny blankets of snow, I realize I owe you everything, and I shall never be able to thank you enough for it. To those who gave life to the man who would one day become my husband, Ed and Carol Kyle, thank you. By raising with a strong hand the generous, slightly rebellious soul who has entirely captured my heart and brought me here, you are no less instrumental to my present life than my own parents. Stefan, my love, I cannot believe that you are not here, cheering me up among the crowd with all the strength of your smile for all the efforts accomplished together. Fate has decided otherwise, and even though I like to believe human willpower to be stronger than the worst evil, I can only witness powerlessly that cancer once again has defeated one of us. Regardless, wherever you are now, right up there among the stars, or nowhere but in my memory, I want to take a last minute to thank you. I gladly gave up a great share of freedom to love you as you deserve to be, and never will I regret that I did so. You have made my life shine under a brighter sun that I had not even known existed. And for that, yes, I thank you with all of my heart. I do not know if a God created all of this, but if so, I cannot doubt that he has welcomed you as a son. A truly exceptional man who would give fresh water to dying flies and believed as he believed in the sun that he had uncovered the mystery of our universe. I promise to raise our children in the hope of making you and America proud of them. Knowing the unsurprising nature of your slightly rebellious little ones, the task might appear challenging. But contrary to what it has looked like all my life, I am not alone anymore. I won more than 341 million brothers and sisters today, and those I want to thank them too. People of the United States, you don't know me, and you probably never will. But if it means anything to me to be American, it means that I chose you as a people for me and for my children. You, the freest people on earth, potential brothers and sisters in arms against any possible threat that the future might bring. I do not give much of my value as a real soldier on the battlefield, but as long as I can speak and as long as I can write, I hereby promise to fight by your side to the best of my abilities. For history is nothing but the repeated evidence of that fact. When man by himself becomes powerless in the face of autocratic governments, his power to unite is his power to fight. May God bless us all, and bless, by doing so, the United States of America.
I do not have such a beautiful speech, but I just have some words from my heart for my family who is here and for my family who is watching online. But before everything, I would just want all of you to know the best husband in the world. His name is Corey Yago. And baby, if you could please stand. I love you so much. I love you, baby. This man gave me his heart. He gave me his name, and he gave me his country. Thank you so much, baby. I love you so much. And thank you to my mother-in-law who is here, Desiree, and then my father-in-law and my brothers and sisters-in-law. They just welcomed me to their family with just open hearts and open arms. And I have a home here now, and that means so much. I would also like to say something to my family who is back in Romania, to my parents, vă iubesc enorm de mult. That means I love you enormously much. It doesn't translate too well in English, but in Romanian, they'll know it. And just a little bit of my story. When I was born in communist Romania. Thank God my country is not communist anymore for many years. But I want to say that I remember what it means as a little 4-year-old that electricity would go off all the time just because they wanted to. I remember how it was to wait in line to get milk because they would only sell us 1 liter per person. So it had to be 4 of us, my grandparents and us little children, to buy milk because my parents were at work. And these are things that I'm not sharing for you to feel sad for me or anything. I did have a happy childhood. I just thought that all little kids have to go buy milk at 6 a.m., 1 hour before the grocery store opened, and wait in the snow for the grocery store to open so that we'd have milk. So I don't want you to feel sad for me at all. I had a happy childhood. I had a wonderful family. And my grandfather, I would like to mention him. He was a Baptist pastor in Romania, and it was during communism. He was persecuted for his faith. And I remember as a little girl, like a little 4-year-old, hearing my grandfather saying that my country will be free, that Romania one day will be free. And I didn't really know what that meant, but I'm just here thanking God that I'm in the freest country in the world, and I appreciate this so much. And if there's one thing I want you all to know is that all 74 of us love this country and appreciate this country. And if there's one thing that I would like to ask all of you, my new family, is to please love this country and teach us how to love this country. It's an amazing country. It's the best country in the world. God bless you, and God bless America.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Sharon. I'm from Hong Kong, not China. This is what I want to say. This is important to me. Okay. I have a speech, but too long. I just want to thank you, my husband, Johnny Andrews, and the Andrews family. Welcome me to U.S. I really appreciate that because I came here in 2019. Hong Kong, we have a big protest. We have 2 million people on the street. And my husband bring me to U.S. and save my life. Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello. I heard you. I'll make this brief because we're all boiling, but I wanted to say thank you so much for this honor. It is an honor. I wasn't going to cry, but of course I did. It's been 28 years to get here. I thank my ex-husband for introducing me to this beautiful country, for giving me my 2 children who are citizens. My daughter Alex is in California with her baby. My son is in progressive care. In a hospital in Detroit, and I will be leaving the ceremony to go back to him. I ask that you give me one big hip, hip hooray for him. He's a happy fella, kind, sweet young man, and he needs my help. Can I ask?
Hip,
on the count of...
Hip, hip, hooray!
Thank you very much. He will take heart from that, and from our fellow citizens, thank you. I came here, I was sleeping in my car when I came to Virginia, and I'm now Director of Sales at Fairfield Inn and Suites, Charlottesville downtown. That's 8 short years of opportunity that this country has given me. I started at $10 an hour and doubled my salary every year, and this is what you can do in America. It's a can-do society. It's a lift-you-up society, and there is nothing that isn't achievable by my fellow citizens. But, like we were told, this is not a spectator sport. We must vote this year. I hope you will. I'll be very disappointed if you don't. I think I'm going to round that up. Thank you very, very much. I'm so moved by this ceremony. It is truly an honor to be here on such a special day. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I said I wasn't gonna cry either, but they made me cry. Well, I just wanna say it's been a long journey for me, and I wanna thank my family for supporting me, my husband that is here for supporting me, and for giving me his last name too. I'm changing my last name today to Holwyn, and I'm very proud. I wanna thank my mom, my sisters, my 2 daughters, my 2 stepkids as well. And I just want to say, God bless you all and God bless America. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, my fellow citizens, old and new, including myself. I will make it short. I want to say thank you to people working, organizing this event, to the court, people from the court and people from the USCIS, and especially people working at Monticello. My husband, he works at Monticello, so I know how stressful, actually it's very stressful, and for the past few weeks, they are organizing and try to bring people up here. So I want to say thank you all, and thanks everybody for coming up here. It's very hot. And I want to say hi to my family in Taiwan. Oh, I forgot to mention that. My name is Xing. My name is Xing. I'm from Taiwan. I married my husband, and we met on a flight to Japan. And after that, we got married. I moved here, and there's a lovely town, Charlottesville. I lived here for 4 years so far, and he introduced great people, my wonderful neighbors and friends. They look after each other, they take care of the community, and to me, that's the most important thing. I think the people I know so far, they are very family-oriented, they're community-oriented, they support each other. I think that's the main reason for making this country great, and I want to be part of it. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Eline Mirelli from Brazil, and I would like to say good morning, and thanks to everyone for being here. I have to write down because I have a broken English, sorry. And I want to say thanks to everyone for being under this sun and this amazing hot day, and to be part of this important day. And I want to say thank you to my families in the US that support me. They are everywhere here. Thank you. My husband, beloved husband, my son, my daughter, my mother-in-law, everybody's here, so thank you so much. And I want to say thank you as well for my family in Brazil, Germany, Norway. They're just stopping their activities to watch me here, so this is very important to me. And I feel honored to become a US citizen and be part of the preamble with the people. As one Brazilian citizen, came from one country very rich in natural resources and business opportunities for everyone who has open mind and motivation. And I had my small business there, my great life, and I'm not the person here that had a sad history. I know how it's hard for immigrants in this country, but I could see a lot of opportunity for us too. So I feel honored to be here in Monticello. Thank you for everybody, because this is very important to me about the history as well, what Thomas Jefferson did, and I was like very honored to be in this house where he lived and make a lot of difference in this world. And for me, I want to do this too, with my citizenship as well, even if I did this in Brazil, at any opportunity that I had. So I know that in Brazil has many problems too, but that is where we can find the happiness people and hard work people. And I'm saying this to say that there I had a great life, I had opportunity, and then now I can find this in the United States. And I'm not here to represent anyone of my country, since I'm the only one from Brazil in this list today. But I'm here as one Brazilian that has so many there. Would love to be here or any other country and get opportunity to do the difference. And I feel as a citizen, one of great responsibilities once I had there. And now being transferred to the United States as an praise kid, I fell in love in many ways. And the family that embraced me, and my lovely husband as well, helping me a lot in this transition. And as a new citizen and mixed race that united white, black, and native Indian from Brazil, I have the great sense of civic responsibility, and I decided to become citizen this year because I'm willing to exercise my right and my contribution to the American community and vote to make America great again. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, I want to say thank you to my stepdad for bringing my mom and I to this beautiful country and give me and my baby a better future. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to me for my hard work. Thank you to me for my dedication. Thank you to me for waking up every morning, 2 a.m. to work at Walmart, D.C. Thank you to me for staying strong when I had a couch hop. Thank you to me for keeping 3 different jobs while I still go to the community college.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Rona, and I'm from the Philippines. Mabuhay! Today wasn't really the time that I should have my naturalization because it changed my name. It became today. And so this won't be happening because of my husband. So I thank my husband so much because I became part of this memorable event. I also want to thank God. Of course, nothing is possible without him. I want to thank I want to thank my family. They're watching over from Philippines, so I love you, Mom. I also want to thank the court, everyone who organized this event. This is an amazing job, you guys. We appreciate you so much. This won't be happening because of all of you, so I thank you so much. And of course, to my fellow new citizens, congratulations to all of us. We've made it. We made it to our American dream. And I pray to all of us that whatever endeavors from here on out, we have a lot of opportunity that this wonderful country provided us. So I wish you all the best, and may God bless us all.
Good morning, everyone. I don't know what to say from where to start, but while sitting over there, I was feeling so excited to stand in front of you all in this beautiful moment, telling my journey and, share my feelings about today. I just want to say that, well, first of all, I would like to congratulate all my fellows for being officially citizens of the United States. I'm so glad and feel proud that now we all are a part of this nation filled with love, opportunities, and prosperities. So congratulations to all of us. My name is Samir Haidari. I'm from Afghanistan. I was born in a very crowded family. We are 6 siblings and probably over 40 cousins, maybe, which I'm still not sure. I had a great childhood over there. Long story short, my story began in 2012 when I met the most beautiful girl in this world who was newly hired to the place where I was working. And I was very young, shiny, and handsome too at that time. Yeah, let me tell you the truth. So the first day when I saw her, I told myself, bro, she is the one. She is the queen of your kingdom. So one day I proposed her with finger crossed, of course, and luckily she accepted. That beautiful girl is here with us today, along with my 2 beautiful children. Frida, honey, if you could please shake your hand so that everyone will know who my sunshine is. Hi, Iman. Hi, Ozair. Hi, my mother-in-law. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. In 2013, we got engaged, and then a year later, she moved to the United States with her family as they were holding the SIV visas. When she came back in 2015, we got married, and then she was allowed to appeal case under my name. So she filed the case in 2015, and after spending 3 years of waiting, I was able to get my visa. But those 3 years were the nastiest moment in our lives. It was very stressful, full of pain, loneliness, tension, and depression. But the fortunate part is that I finally got my visa. So I came to America in 2018. The first day when I came to America, I promised to myself that I'll work hard, I'll pay all my taxes in full, and I dedicated the rest of my life to spend in America. And today I'm so much grateful and very happy that I achieved my citizenship, and I wish for myself and for all my citizen fellows peace, freedom, and a bright future. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, America.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say, I want to start by saying thank you to the court and thank you to everybody that spent time organizing this lovely event. I want to say thank you to everybody who came to support us. And I'm gonna make a long story short. So I'm from Angola. I was born in Angola. I left Angola when I was about 6 years old. And I lived in the Republic of Congo. Also, I have lived in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And so I moved to the US in 2001. I have lived here for about 24 years. But what I want to say is that I live in constant reminder because of what's going on in the world right now and what's going on in the country right now. And it gave me a great motivation and also to kind of hold on to certain responsibility to become a citizen and vote and make a difference and try to help out the way things are not going around the world. I was born in the 80s. In the 90s, it was a lot of wars in the Middle East and all over the place. And in my youth day, I was subject to that because it was all on television. That's the only thing we used to watch. And now it's happening again. And so I just want to encourage your fellow citizens that let's do our part. Let's vote and let's pray and also engage toward peace because it's very important. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Sadia from Ghana. And as the only Ghanaian right now over here to become American citizen and to know that my country was once a slave country. And for me to stand here as a free lady today to become an American citizen and a country famous for the door of no return, which means when they take you down to the door, you will never see your family again. And for me, this is a very important day for me. I want to thank my family, my husband, Muhammad Kabiru, my 3 children, Abdul Salam, Fatima, and Iman Kabiru. And I want to end this. I'm an African Muslim, and in everything we do, we say Alhamdulillah to Allah. So Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Congratulations, girl. My name is Inga Montalvo. I'll go short because otherwise it gets this long. I'm from the Netherlands. I was born and raised there, moved here when I was 21. I've lived here, been married twice. Now I'm married, well, this is my second marriage. I've been married happily for the last 10 years to a United States disabled veteran. When I moved here, I didn't really, from the Netherlands, it's not really a country of war, a country of like a lot of disarray. It is a pretty peaceful country. We're pretty happy people. So it's not really like I had to move.
but I wanted to move. And why did I want to move? Is because this country does offer a tremendous amount of opportunities. And it's a beautiful country. Nature is beautiful. Even with its political divides, even with its different attitudes that every country has, I think that just having the opportunity to have to become a citizen of the United States is one of the best things that can happen. I had one dream. And my one dream was actually, she starts laughing already. One dream was actually to have this ceremony for me at Monticello, because to me, Thomas Jefferson plays still in today's world a very significant role in everybody's lives and of all Americans and across the world. And my second dream that just popped up while I was sitting there, I would love to have some shade. So I don't know if anybody else wants to say anything, but I would love to have some shade. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for the opportunity to have this whole ceremony here. Thank you to all the organizers.
You. And congratulations to us.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Iman Kondo. Come from Togo, and I'm happy to be here. Happy to be United States citizen, and I just want to thank my husband, Seydou Kondo, and tell him I love him so much. Kondo family, and my dad, El Hadj Zakaria, and his wife, Asia Zakaria, all family. Thank you so much. Thank you, America.
Hi, I'm Nick Little. I'm from the United Kingdom. I'm now from the United States, obviously. I'm a practicing attorney, which is why I'm particularly addressing this to the jurists that we have here. Perhaps the greatest gift that the United States has given the world is the First Amendment, and in particular, the first 10 words of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law regarding an establishment of religion in that. I have fought in my legal career to defend people's religious rights, but let us remember, this is not a religious country, and we call upon the courts to defend our rights as religious citizens and as non-religious citizens in this. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marietta from Bulgaria. I wasn't sure if I was going to speak, but I just want to share a few words of gratitude because this is how I feel now. I want to thank the court and the Monticello Foundation and anyone who was involved in making this happen. And I want to thank from the bottom of my heart all the people who've come here to support me today, all the people who are at home watching who couldn't be here, and all the people present, not present, live, deceased, who have prayed for me, supported me, crossed their fingers over the many, many, many years I have lived here and hope to one day be a citizen. I'm not gonna get into the details of my story, but I first fell in love with this country in 2001, 2002, and then I've been living here since 2003, so it's been a long road. The US has felt like home for a really long time, and it's a great honor and relief and excitement to have my legal status reflect my feelings of belonging to this place. And again, I want to thank everyone who's here to support me, and Ella and David and my family in Bulgaria who's watching, and congratulations to all my fellow citizens, and thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katal Masoudi. I'm from Kabul, Afghanistan. I just want to appreciate and thank my beloved husband, Mohammad Nazir Masoudi. Because of him, now I'm a US citizen, alhamdulillah. And special thanks to my best friend, Corey Miller, the founder of International Neighbors. Thank you so much for being with me always as a best friend, as a sister. I really love you so much. And my story begin from 2014. I moved from Afghanistan with the family, with 3 kids. Alhamdulillah, I have 3 kids now. For some reason, it took longer for me to get my citizenship, but alhamdulillah, I got it. And I really appreciate myself too for being so patient. It took me 5 more years to get my citizenship. At the end, I just want to thank everyone for being here and organizing this special event. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Thank you so much.
My thanks to Chief Judge Diaz and to our new citizens for your very inspiring words. I also want to thank briefly everyone planning and participating in this meaningful ceremony, and all of you who are here to support our new citizens. Chief Judge Diaz has agreed to meet me in the shade on the steps for photos with the new citizens afterwards if you have solid and not just liquid state left in your bodies. And ladies and gentlemen, Robert Ingersoll, a politician and orator, said, "He loves his country best who strives to make it best." Let's all go forward now and strive to make it best. I ask Supervisory Deputy Marshal Frank Shermer to adjourn court so we may continue with the closing of the ceremony.
By direction of their honor, the United States District Court stands adjourned for the day.
I am mindful that I am the last thing standing between you and the shade. I will be very brief with some thanks and some announcements. Before we hear our concluding musical selection, written by Aaron Copeland, played for Misty Copeland, let me offer some thanks to the amazing staff of Monticello, including our security, communications, transportation, events, catering, digital, curatorial, and more. To our artists, the Charlottesville Band, the Charlottesville Opera, the Virginia Consort, the adorable Troop 75 of the Boy Scouts of America, and the Old Line Fife and Drum Corps. To our ASL interpreter, Diana Case Foster, who now has to sign herself. To the Virginia Artesian Bottling Company for providing water for our guests. Who knew we would need water? To the Scripps Independence Day Endowment and the Richard and Caroline Jakes Foundation for generous support of this year's event. After we conclude, if you're not already huddling there in the shade, please visit the community partner tent and enjoy a complimentary Monticello root beer float. At approximately 11:15, Misty Copeland will be signing books in the tent over there to my right. Lunch is available for purchase on the lawn, and shaded seating can be found in the tent right behind the partners tent. Jefferson Vineyards, just down the road, opens at 11:30 a.m. I also have an announcement that I hope will bring you back here for Independence Day in 2025 and many times before then. Ken Burns will be our 2025 Independence Day and Naturalization Ceremony speaker. Please watch this space for details and come back and visit with us as often as you can. Now let me reintroduce the Charlottesville Band. You'll hear our concluding musical selection, Aaron Copeland's brief 2-minute fanfare for the common man, composed in the middle of war in 1942, part of his American Anthem project, meant to rally Americans, old and new, to save democracy around the globe. Maestro, take it away. Thank you.